So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start. That is what they all want. Sao Paulo, of course, one of the centres of football in Brazil, and the Estadio Morumbis, a mighty venue befitting that status. We have already started here. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, this guy, Bruno Guimaraes, is going to be the man who I see as the one who brings balance to the team. I think when he's on the ball, yes, he can be a strong runner, but he's become a very central pivot now in making sure that he helps break lines going forward and denies line breaking for his defence. So he's become a big factor now in any team he functions in.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. That's gone for a throw-in. Nicely weighted ball. Now he's got space here. Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Looking for a runner. Oh, good-looking ball. Now that's well seen too. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Dembele with the foul. Now that looks a decent ball. Can he get on the end of this?
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
Alisson deals with that nice and simple. Driving on and making good progress. And he welcomes chance for a shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Defending of the desperate variety. Serginho gets rid without sophistication. Brazil are looking to go forward now. He's shifting through the gears here. Hendrick's cross. Brazil still without a single shot on target. That's good running with the ball. And a chance! Goal! France! And France are in front. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
That's a little off target. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Has a look and plays it forward. Now it's Mbappe. He's picked his way through. And the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Good take, and is he in? Dembele! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
France have their second corner now. And that should get the job done. Brazil have the chance to go the other way. And he's there to belt it away. Upamecano. There's a sharp little ball here. He's on it. Can he get away? Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to...
Entry! There's a goal! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and the analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
That has certainly made things interesting.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
We've crossed in early. Serginho. Played out to the right. Vinicius Junior could try cutting inside here. And the keeper beats it away. Oh, Red, nice interception. Can he get it through? Vinicius Junior, he's found a way through. It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. Brazil have themselves a chance from the spot. So having trailed, this to go ahead. And they've turned it round. Not much more than a formality.
Well, look at the keeper's reaction, Peter. He felt he could have kept it out. That was so tight.
Brazil take the lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And that has been clubbed away. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Mbappe gets his final warning. Great vision. Aims beyond the defence. He's in plenty of space here. And he shoots! And yes, it's there! And they're at it again in double quick time. The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy?
Shot a goal! Hernandez looking to penetrate opposition lines. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And it's half-time here.
Brazil are 2 up, and on the balance of things, I would say deservedly so. They had a very coherent game plan, and if they are allowed to continue in the same vein, I can only see the margin getting bigger.
Brazil head in for half-time with a 3-1 lead. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Japan against Inter.
It is quite a scene here, this being one of Asia's top footballing venues, the Saitama Stadium. So it's down to business here.
It's hard to overlook the presence of Tony Adams at the back here, Peter.
Yeah, well, he's dominant, isn't he, and uncompromising and courageous. Those are the sorts of words you always apply to him.
Yeah, and his reading of the game means he was always a step ahead of the opposition. He's surprisingly quick too, you know. It will be a massive challenge to get the better of him.
Knocks it into space. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor. Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Stood up well to him there. Caceres. Tries to play it through.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Good decision by the keeper, got that exactly right. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Fernando Torres has been showed a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm. Japan have had the ball in promising areas, but nothing to show for it. Gerrard. And here's Vieri. Gerrard. Oh, that's a fine interception. Xavi Alonso. That has ended up in no man's land. And here's Vieri. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Ambitious ball here. And he's only too happy to take that
That's
back.
good play from him.
Lee Kang-in. He gets big. It's a loose ball. No way through, so back it comes. Now that looks a decent ball. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Fernando Torres, there's the shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Fernando Torres deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
And it's Fernando Torres. Looking for options for movement. Delivers the ball, climbs up big! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Diaz actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Great vision. No, not quite on the same wavelength. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Ah, he's given it away. He's picked his way. Vieri! They've got to be quick to recover this. Nicely weighted ball. And it's played in. And he's there to clear it. Good read, needed to be. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. That's been cut out, well played. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Well, he's hit it long, but astray. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Xavi Alonso, Bastoni kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And he's searching, great chance! Goal! Inter! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
After 33 minutes is number 9.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Now it's Lee Kang-in. Tries to cross. Keeper has taken decisive action.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
So, what can they make of this? Now, can they get him away? And this is Vieri. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Now, this is interesting. He has already had his name taken once. He knows what's coming. A second yellow, and he's off. The players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Substitution.
Inter Milan choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Deep cross, expertly cut out, really nicely done. De Bruyne. Oh, that was vital. Drogba, looking for the run. De Bruyne. And it's Hernandez. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Lee Kang-in. Adams is the guilty party there. Oh, no messing about, it is red. Well, they are now a 9-man team. And this is Vieri. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Now it's Vieri. Threads one in. And this is Drogba. Oh, it's Drogba! Cleared without hesitation. And we hit half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
And the action is back underway.
Japan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Now it's Vieri. Serginho. And here's Batistuta. And this is Messi. Now this could be a chance. Oh, it's come loose. And it's Xabi Alonso. Now it's Park Ji-sung. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Vieri. Now, and the finish! Goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Now it's Lee Kang-in, and this is Messi. Well, there's contact there one way or another. Oh, it's a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards.
Number 21,
he'll know exactly where he wants to put it.
Coming on the field is number 9.
And that's one back! Not a twitch, not a blink.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
The goal scorer for Japan after 58 minutes is number 10, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Rijkaard, this is promising. No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
62,005.
And he can clear it away. But they've got it again. De Bruyne has got himself a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Substitution for Japan. Number 25.
Vieri considers his options.
Griezmann.
This the
Coming on to
perfect
replace
chance
him
to
is
extend the advantage.
Number 8.
Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
That is good alertness. Aims beyond the defence. No, that's been intercepted.
Japan really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is...
He's got tall. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Vieri clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Now it's Drogba. Japan are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Back into the middle. Turns and goes back. And he's in on goal. Now it's Vieri. Drogba is onto this.
This is the time you need that pace.
Looking to play him in. And this is De Bruyne. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And that is expertly dealt with. Look at the space. Park Ji-sung! And he's following up. Oh, that could cost them.
That was so poor. A very decent chance, and the disappointment is all too obvious.
Number 13, Park Ji-sung. Number 18, Batistuta. Coming on the field, number 20, Danielson. Number 14, Erling Haaland.
Inter Milan are making a change now. Can he get it through? Somewhat off target.
Inter clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
It's a promising position, but he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's Drogba. Nicely intercepted. Japan are in a tearing hurry to save themselves here.
Yeah, they're really playing.
And a chance! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Japan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And he thumps it clear. Inter Milan. Real chance! It's in! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! That was easy. Almost too easy.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who is left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to...
Shoots! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Japan complete their comeback, and now they only need to hold out. He rises! Another header, but again the same outcome.
Maybe they're trying to cash in on this, but someone has to up the quality here, both movement and delivery.
Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Howson gets a foot in here. Serginho is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. And here's Neymar.
Well, he got rid because he was under...
Oh, he's been caught napping! Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking. A heavy challenge. And it's Cáceres. And that's that. Japan have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. Bojan taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
The father of a boy in a